Okay, today we're doing page 73 and 74, estimating quotients. We'll start with 1A. 1A is 37 divided by 4. We're going to be following our dad, mom, sister, brother, and rover steps. First thing we need to look at, does 4 go into 3? It does not. You can put an X up there if you'd like. And then we're looking at, does 4 go into 37? It does. 4 times 9. We just did our dad step of divide. 4 times 9 gives us 36. That's our mom step of multiply. Now let's do our sister step, subtract. When we subtract, we get 1. There's nothing to bring down. No brother. And then our remainder, our rover, will be either our remainder or repeat. There's nothing to repeat, so 1 will be our remainder. And we're not writing our remainder as a fraction like we did last lesson. We're just writing R period 1. That is our answer for the first one. Next one, 1B, 13 divided by 3. 3 does not go into 1, it does go into 13. We know 3 times 4 is, what, Zara?
12.
3 times 4 is 12. So we'll subtract, and we get 1. What is our answer, Bella?
4 remainder 1.
All right. And that is the answer for 1B. Let's move on to 1C. 1C is 17 divided by 4. 4 does not go into 1. 4 does go into 17. 4 times 4 will give us what, Bella?
16.
Yep, 16. And then what's our next step, Zara?
You subtract sister and it's 1.
Okay. So we're going to have 4, remainder 1. What's so funny, Zara? I got messy there. But our answer there is 4, remainder 1. All right. Next one. We are on 1D is 31 divided by 6. Does 6 go into 3, Zara?
No.
So I'm going to put an X up here. 6 does go into 31. How many times, Bella?
5 times, sir.
6 times 5. What do we get, Bella?
30.
30. Let's go ahead and subtract, and we're left with 1. So our answer is what, Zara?
5 remainder 1.
What should we do to that answer?
You should circle it.
Good job. All right. Next one, we got 1E. And this is where it's going to get tricky because we have 3 numbers that we're dividing into now. 1, 5, 3 divided by 51. Now we know 51 does not go into 1, so we'll put an X above it. 51 does not go into 15. And so our first number is going to be going above the 3 right there. We're going to cover up our last numbers. So we're going to cover up our 51. We're going to cover up the 1 in 51 with our fingers. And then we're going to cover up the 3 in 153 with our other fingers, so that all we can see is the 5 and the 15. And we're going to estimate now, saying how many times does 5 go into 15? Goes in 3 times. Now, in estimating, it might be right, it might be wrong, but it will be
close.
Close, absolutely. We're not going to do 3 times 5, but now we're going to do in our mom step here of multiply, we're going to do 3 times 51. If you were to work that out, you would get 153 And would you look at that? It's going to be 0 for the remainder. So we don't even write R0. We just leave the 3 up there by itself, and we circle it because that is our answer. 3. Let's do F, another big one. 366 divided by 60. Well, we know 60 doesn't go into 3, and we know 60 doesn't go into 36. So our first number, and only number that we'll write, will be right there, unless we have a remainder. We're going to cover up our last numbers. So we're covering up our 0 and 60, and our last 6 and 366. And we're going to ask ourselves, how many times does 6 go into 36?
6 times.
Yeah, because what is 6 times 6? 36. So, and again, we're estimating, so it might be right, it might be wrong, but it will be
close.
Yeah. All right. 60 times 6 will give us 360. I'm going to subtract, and I'm left with 6. So our answer would be 6, remainder 6. And what do we need to do to that answer?
Circle it.
Yeah, circle it. All right. Let's go ahead and do G. G is 190 divided by 23. Zara, does 23 go into 1?
No.
I'll put an X there. Bella, does 23 go into 19?
No.
And does 23 go into 190?
Yes.
Yes. So we know our first number is going to go right there. We're going to cover up our last digit in our divisor. So we're covering up our 3. We're going to cover up our last digit of 190, covering up our 0. We're saying, how many times does 2 go into 19? Well, we know that 9 times 2 would be 18. So remember, we're estimating. This might be right, this might be wrong, but it will be
close.
Now that's important to hear this time, because when we do 9 times 23, and I'll do it off to the side here. 9. Zara, what's 9 times 3?
Yeah, 27.
Okay, let's put a 7. 2. What is 9 times 2, Bella?
20.
9 times 2? Well, 9 times 2, what do you get?
20.
Nope. 9 times 2. 18. Somebody said it. 18 plus 2, then you get 20. Now we see we have a problem here because this number was too big. And that's why we said it might be right, it might be wrong, it might be wrong, it might be wrong, but it will be close. And so we were close, but it wasn't close enough. It was a little too high. So we need to change this to an 8. And it looks messy up here. Make it neater on your paper. And when we do 8 times 23, then we get 184. Subtract, we have 6. And so our answer is 8, remainder 6. Let's do one more in 2A. Can we do one more, girls?
Sure. Okay.
All right, one more. So, let's see, one more. 2A. 57 divided by 4. And then, Bella, can you read us the instructions there? What does it say? For 2.
Divide and write the remainder as a fraction.
So we need to divide this, but instead of writing R period something, we're writing our remainder as a fraction. We did this in the last lesson and the lesson before. 4 does go into 5 one time. 4 times 1 is 4. Subtract. We get 1. Let's bring down our 7. How many times does 4 go into 17, Zara?
4.
What is 4 times 4, Bella?
16.
We subtract, and we get 1, but we're not going to just write 1. We're not going to write remainder 1. We're going to put our 1 as our numerator. So that means that will be the top number, and then our divisor will be our bottom number. So our answer is 14 and 1/4. Do the rest on your own.